It's that day of the week again. It's Friday with the founders. My name is E.R. Wolf. I'm joined by my business partner, Guy Toole. We are co-founders here at Elify, and we want to welcome you guys to Friday with the founders. This is something we do every week with the Elify community, and it's our opportunity to collectively come together, have a conversation, talk about all things Elify, and really explore what's available to everybody, both within the technology and within the affiliate program. So guys, super excited to get on today. Hopefully we'll have a lot of engagement from our audience. It's good to see a lot of familiar faces. Mike, Brenda, Greg, good to have you on. Sanders, nice to see you. Stephanie, good to have you on. First off, a little bit of ground rules for Friday with the founders. Obviously, if you're on, go ahead and mute yourself. There is an option to come on live if you want to raise your hand using the reactions in Zoom. If you have a question, a comment, a tip, a trick, something you want to celebrate with the community today, we'd love to hear from you as always. In addition, if you don't feel like coming on live or unmuting yourself or anything like that, we understand there is a chat section within Zoom as well, and you can always select chat and put in your questions, comments, tips, and tricks there. Again, we want you to join the conversation. Additionally, let everybody know if you're in the chat or if you've joined us, where you're calling in from. If you've brought a guest or anything like that, introduce your guest. Go on ahead and throw in your digital business card. We can do a little bit of online networking today as well. We want to connect with each other. So I've gone ahead and thrown in my digital business card. Again, you've got direct access to me through that card just by joining this conversation today. And know that we're here to help you. I want to connect with you. I want to learn more about who you are, what you do, and how we can help you as well. So Guy, today's Friday with the Founders conversation topic, and it's been the theme of this week, is life by design. I know we talked in weeks past about the three pillars, and we can talk in depth today about some of that. But life by design, this is something that I think is so paramount that people get exposed to and understand is available. Because I think so many people don't know that a life by design is something that's attainable and possible for anyone. And I truly say that from my heart. For anybody who wants to put in the time, the energy, and the effort to pursue a life by design, they can do that. So with that being said, I have one question. You can throw in your answer or anything like that in the comments, add to the conversation. My question is, if you could design your ideal life, like just take a step back for a second, take 2 seconds to think about this, put it down in writing if you're taking notes. But if you could design your ideal life, what would it look like? Because I think that's the starting point, Guy, for everything related to life by design. If you don't know where you're going, you're not going to be able to build a map or a plan to get there. So it all starts with setting your direction or setting your Northern Star. Any thoughts to that?
Most definitely. I think the life by design is what everyone attains to have is time, location, and financial freedom. And those are simple things to say, but are they easy to attain? Yeah. Are they simple to attain? It's going to be dependent on if your income allows you to do that. A lot of times it's going to be based on your income. And there's so much happening in today's space of business and entrepreneurship and 9-to-5s. Talking about the group of people that are coming into the workforce now, a lot of them aren't looking for 9-to-5s. They're looking for experiences. They're looking for, what can I do a few hours a week work-wise to pay my bills so I can go skiing during the winter and I can go biking during the summer and doing those different types of things, but allowing them that time and location freedom. One thing I sort of emphasized and we talked about yesterday on the mastermind is taking a step back and what does that mean to attain that life by design? What do I have to do? And it's the 4-letter word, it's work. I'm going to have to be able to work enough to get the amount of income that I'm looking for on a monthly basis to have the time and location freedom. That financial freedom is what's going to allow you to do that. But I posed the question out there, or sort of made the statement yesterday on making this this industry, the life by design, the work from home, the work from anywhere, is the only industry that I think I know of. There might be others. Other people, put in a comment if you know, where the industry, your cohorts, your other affiliates, your other network marketers, your team members are your accountability buddies. Mm-hmm. They're the only ones that, if you're saying this is what I'm doing, they get to see what you're doing. They get to see it on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. And so I sort of bring it into my family. My family gets to see what I do on a daily basis. Every year, it's the take your daughter to work day, or it's take your son to work day. And they get to see what you do for a day. It's not like, take, for example, if I were a doctor and I came home and say, as a heart surgeon, I saved 2 lives today. Right. My daughter wouldn't be able to experience that. She could only live vicariously through what I tell her. Mm-hmm. But when I'm getting to live the life by design and work from anywhere, she gets to experience it. She gets to experience me taking time to have lunch and dinner and going to play for, an hour stint at a time throughout the day. Those are things that I think are so important to think about, and to take the hard pill and to say, if I'm going to do this, I know I've got to wear my business on my sleeve and do what I say I'm going to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that rings so true, Guy. And I think this is part of our background in athletics and sports. And, I think of it at times as you have individual sports out there and you have team sports out there. And one of the things I loved about being a part of a team and being in a team sport environment is what you talked about. It's the accountability, because look, I wasn't on the top of my game every single day. I tried to be, right? I worked hard to be, and I wanted to be, but there were times where I was dragging, and I had teammates who could hold me accountable and lift me up and motivate me and encourage me. And that's really what we want to do with inside this community. And this is why we started this community, is because we want everybody who's on this call or whoever sees this call to be as successful as they want to be. And we want to support them and help them and inspire them to go out and do that. And we want to work together with them to make sure that happens. But you made the point. It's going to take work, and we have to set these realistic expectations, which I think all too often in the space and in the environment that we tend to operate get offset by these big dreams that never really happen. And I know you have an awesome quote today in the background. This is something I love every day when we get to interact, is to just take an opportunity to read the quote in the background of what you were talking about on that, right? Lazy people do a little work and think they should be winning. Think about that. Lazy people do a little work and they think that they should be winning. Winners work as hard as possible and still worry if they're being lazy. Think about that, right? I mean, how often do you put in a long day and you're like, shoot, did I get enough done? Did I do enough? Could I done a little bit more? Could I make it a little bit better? That's that mindset of a champion that we talk about. And I want everybody on this call to be a champion. We want you to win. And at what game? We want you to win at the game of life, right? Like, that's really what we're talking about here. And winning at the game of life is truly living your life by design. Not somebody else's, this is what you should be, this is what you should do, this is how you should do it. I remember Anna was telling that, don't be a should. What do you want? Where do you want to be? What do you want to be doing? And have you taken the time to list that out? I like to think about it when I'm thinking about life by design, like, what would my ideal day be? My ideal weekday, my ideal weekend day? What does that look like in my mind's eye? And understand that might change over time, right? In my scenario, I'm a 40-year-old person married with 2 young children, and there's a time frame that I'm working within. At some point, my young children will continue to grow, and the ideal day will shift. Guy, to your point, exposing that work that you do to make that life by design available so that your peers and your children see that is something that's super powerful. And then going back on that, like if you can sit back and Guy, you mentioned the time freedom, the location freedom, the financial freedom. If you could sit back and design your ideal life and you can see what that looks like. And I'm saying, if you really want to do this right, everybody, you see it, you taste it, you smell it. That's the type of vision you want to have when you're listing out what your life by design looks like. Are you the person who, your life by design, your ideal life is you wake up when your body tells you to wake up. There's no alarm clock. Knock it off the thing. That's the ideal life. Are you going to be the person whose ideal life sets an alarm clock and gets up early to just get ahead of the day and take the bull by the horns? There is no right answer. It's your answer. And I think that's the powerful thing that we really want you to zone into. Are you making breakfast? Are you going out to eat? I love making breakfast for my family. My kids got up this morning. I said, what do you want to eat? They said pancakes. So we made pancakes. We had fun together, had breakfast together, did all of that type of stuff. Why? Because that's what I envision my ideal life right now to be. And it can change over time. So think about that. Touch, smell, taste, sound. Visualize that with absolute clarity. If you need to build a chart that has those things on it to remind yourself daily of what you are working towards, that's important. And then most important, ask yourself after you've laid that path out for yourself, what will it take to get there? That's the big question. What will it take to get there? I mentioned this on the mastermind yesterday, and we went through some numbers yesterday, all of that type of stuff. If you missed that call, I'd encourage you to go back to YouTube and check that out, check snippets of that out. But here's the reality. If you know where you want to go and what it looks like, you can understand and identify the cost. And that's what we're talking about, right? Everything costs something, and it's going to be a factor of two variables. It's either going to cost you time, or it's going to cost you money, or it's going to cost some combination of those things. And right now, the life that you might be leading might consume a lot of your time. It might consume your time from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., 5 days a week. Again, be aware of what the cost is for the life that you want to live and identify what that cost is. You don't have to necessarily have a $10,000 a month life by design. If that's what you want, more power to you. Just understand what it's going to take to get there. Then we've talked about what does it mean on those pillars, right? Financial freedom, time freedom, location freedom. Guy, you always say it's about doing what I want, when I want, where I want. What are you going to do to make that possible? You got to get away from trading the dollars for hours. You have to find a vehicle, or in my opinion, multiple vehicles that are going to produce income for you without you maybe having to exchange dollars for hours. And again, it doesn't have to be a rapid flip. It could be a steady progression. What happens when, if we've had on earlier calls, we talked about the baby steps. There's a guru out there, great guy. He's got some baby steps that I think if we all followed financially from a financial intelligence, they could help us reach our goals. Let's talk about baby steps here. If you're trying to live a life by design and it's going to cost you $5,000 a month, have you or are you generating your first dollar? If you're doing it dollars for hours, okay, how are you going to start to supplement that so that you can free up more time? What is the first realistic goal? Have you made $20 online, $100 online, $1,000 online, $10,000 online? Start to set those milestones for yourself. And don't look at it and say, I got to make $1 million online tomorrow, because it's about setting the right realistic expectation. There are going to be gurus out there. I see them every day where it's like, I'm going to show you how to make $1 million online by tomorrow. All you have to do is pay me $5,000 to let you in on the secret. Guys, the reality is there are so many different vehicles, opportunities, and paths out there. But the secret is it takes action and work, massive action and work. That's it. That's the secret. You got to learn the skills. You got to learn the process. You got to apply it, and you got to work at it. Everybody I know who's ever been successful in any area of their life, it took time and work and commitment and effort to accomplish that. So I'm going to get off my high horse here in a second, but ask yourself, what would it take to get there? What is that number? And then what are you going to do? If it's money, how much? How much do I need to have coming in? It might be the next milestone is I'm going to go from being a full-time employee to a part-time employee. Why? Because the other half is being covered by passive residual income. Maybe it's I'm going to retire my spouse so that they don't have to work and it's just me working. And then I'm going to go to part-time. And then we're both going to not have to work and instead just be working for ourselves or for our business. And I'm a firm believer. I've said this a bunch of times on a bunch of different calls. And this is one of the reasons why we created the affiliate program within Elify that we'll talk about later, is I truly believe business ownership and entrepreneurship. I will say this time and time again, business ownership and entrepreneurship is the best path to financial freedom. If you can find a vehicle that is a business, and we're not talking about self-employed, we're not talking about employment, we're talking about business ownership, a system or a process that generates you income, you can scale that to meet your life by design. Okay, prove me wrong or argue with me on that one because I will hold firm on that argument. And then set the realistic expectations. Do you have one income stream? Maybe it's your 9 to 5. Do you have 2, 3, 4, 5? Did anybody ever read that article? The average millionaire has multiple streams of income, about 7 on average, right? 7. So ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 7, where am I at? And then start with getting 1. Don't say I have to start 7 tomorrow. Build it up, add to it and scale them. What do you have to do to generate that money? There are things called revenue generating activities. In our case, you got to get out and use the technology. You got to get out and share it with other people. Then you can stake your claim in a share of the revenue that's generated from that, in a share of the community that grows from that. It's not as complex as that. And set yourself some realistic expectations. I think this is the thing, Guy, that I see time and time and time again, is people don't set realistic expectations. They say, I'm working 40 hours a week to make $5,000. I should be able to work 2 hours a week to make $1 million. Like, guys, you know what I mean? Realistic expectations. Maybe you should set the expectation that if I contributed the same 40 hours a week to this vehicle, that I could make the same amount or even more. But don't reverse the things. Otherwise, you're just looking for a lottery ticket. And then set yourself those baby steps. Have you earned your first referral online? Have you earned your first commission online? If you did, have you earned it twice, 3 times, 4 times? Is it getting bigger over time? If you stick with that pattern, you'll watch as it grows over time. This isn't get rich quick, guys. I hate to burst your bubble. This is build passive residual income online over time. And Guy, you and I have been doing it for well over a decade, going on 2 decades now. For me, over 20 years. So I know it's a provable model that can work for anybody who wants to acquire the knowledge, acquire the skills, understand the process, and put it into action. And these things are not going to be brain surgery. Again, they're not going to be rocket science. So with that being said, I do want to open this up. If anybody has a question or Guy, you have anything to add?
I've got a few things.
Yeah, go ahead, my friend.
To the point of working 2 hours a week and making $1 million, there are people that do that.
100%.
They put in the work up front, right? I had an opportunity to talk with a couple YouTube influencers last Saturday at a charity event, and they've been doing it. They've been nonstop on YouTube for about 10 years, and they now have the opportunity to do what they want, when they want, where they want. But their YouTube is their life. That's what they do. They've got a massive following based on the work that they put in. And there's everyone, there's so many people out there aspiring to be an influencer. And you can become an influencer, but you have to be diligent in getting information, content, conversations started and out there for people. It's success also is something that I think we've all probably realized success also isn't for everybody, just based on people's actions, right? Success isn't for everybody because the 9 to 5 person or the people that refuse to go out and talk and have interactions, it's It's just not for them. There's paths that can lead you to become successful by putting in the work, by putting in the self-education, investing in yourself to learn more, to be able to do those different types of things, and to the Life by Design. I know, we steal all kinds of stuff from other people. The Eric Worre, it's not perfect, it's just better. Yep. That's something that really resonates a lot with, I think, anybody that's a work at home profession. I just want to emphasize that it's attainable, right? Here towards the end, I'll put something out there for everyone to see if it's attainable. And if we accept it, there's abilities to do it again the following month. So it's going to be exciting to see who wants to participate in it. It's going to be a participation type thing in helping. We always talk about that the masses, 99.99997 is the number for some reason that comes to me that don't know about Elify. And we're here saying, take a stake in this and help us get the word out, because we can talk all day at you at how phenomenal we think this is, but you're really the people that are out there proving it and showing it and talking to people about it. You can leverage us to help in conversations, but you're the ones that are out there exposing it. So Shelly, I know you've got a comment or question, and then I sort of want to get into a little bit of an interactive activity.
Yep. Shelly, go ahead. Welcome to the conversation. Thanks for joining.
Good morning, guys. So the only comment I have, I happened to read it in Atomic Habits, and I thought it was so spot on. Being curious is better than being smart. Being motivated and curious counts for more than being smart because it leads to action. Being smart will never deliver results on its own because it doesn't get you to act. It is desire, not intelligence, that prompts behavior. As Naval Ravikant says, the trick to do anything is first cultivating a desire for it. So just act.
I love that. I love that so much, Shelly. I really appreciate you for sharing that with everybody on this call. I think there's so much power behind that message. And if you haven't checked out James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, it's an awesome book. That action is so vital, right? And I think the key to that passage that you were just reading from the book, Shelly, is having a desire in order to get you to act. Guy, you and I would refer to that as the why. You may have heard that in a lot of other things. What is your why? Do you have a why? Because why is what's going to get you out of bed in the morning. Why is what's going to get you to pick up a phone call or send an email or send a text message or show up to a networking event. Your why needs to be so powerful. And if your why is not powerful, here's the reality, everybody. I'm a math guy. I'm a statistics guy. If your why is not a 9 or a 10 out of 10 of the most important thing for you, you're not going to take action. You will find an excuse. That's the reality, right? We will all come up with some excuse not to get out of bed, not to pick up a phone call, not to send an email, not to go out and do something. And what I love about James Clear's book, and again, if you haven't had an opportunity, I'll send an Audible link out to the group here with access to that James Clear book on Audible. It's such a great listen because there's incremental improvement that happens. You just get into action and you start taking action and you course correct along the way. You realize, hey, I'm going in this direction. I need to pivot a little bit. I'm going in this direction. I need to pivot a little bit. And he talks about this 1% daily improvement. And if you did that every day for a year, right, that's 365% of incremental improvement. I'd argue that there's some type of compounding effect. We've talked about compounding that would take place about that 1% incremental improvement, but that's, 36x improvement or 3.6x improvement from where you started, So again, I would argue that you have to have that desire. You have to have that why. So when you're listing out your life by design, man, it better be so important to you in achieving it that you're willing to do whatever it takes, right? That's another thing that we talk about in the Life by Design. If you've seen my Life by Design shirt, there's a little acronym on there, WIT, whatever it takes. Guy, you and I have been in meetings and they ask us a question, you know, and our response has been whatever it takes. We'll get it done. Yep, we'll figure it out. We'll implement that for you. And they're like, really? Yeah, that's because this is so important to us as a mission and as a cause to help the success of small business owners, direct sales professionals, work at home professionals with solutions that elevate their business and simplify their life. We're willing to do whatever it takes. We're willing to come on 4 days a week and support our team with free conversations because we want to do whatever it takes. We're willing to get on and do one-on-one calls and support you if you don't feel comfortable talking with your new referral, whatever it takes. Again, are you willing to do whatever it takes to get to where you're going? That's the big question, because I cannot do it for you. That's the reality, right? I can't do it for you. So I got another friend here with his hand up. James, always a pleasure to have you on. Go ahead, my friend. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for having me here, guys. Since we're keeping in this realm, Shelly started this, and you're talking about passion and excuses. A counteractive excuses, I like to say, is what is your reason for rising? What is your reason for rising? What is motivating you to continue to go forth and do things? What is your motivation to make sure that you make those calls, go to those meetings, send those emails, do those follow-ups? What is the reason? And some people say, the reason I want to make this much money. Well, making money is one good thing, but I like to make time. I like to make residual. You know, I have so much respect for Mike, Guy, ER, everybody here. But I talk about Mike Snow because Mike has a reason and a method to his madness. He has a specific thing he's doing that day. He has a set schedule. He's going to run with that, and he's not going to let anything distract him. You know, and I kind of took that as like, you know, I'm going to have to add that back to my mind frame. What am I getting up for? What am I doing today? What am I going to allow myself to reach my goals today? Or am I going to allow myself to be distracted? So your reason for rising should be, I want to get this goal, this here. Some of my clients I talk to, whatever product or service you sell, find some bill or something you want to pay for every month. And whatever amount of that service or product you need to sell, that's your minimum amount you need to do every week to reach that goal. Now, I didn't say every month, I said every week. Because if you can pay that minimum amount every week, whatever goal you have, you actually reach it 4 times in that month time period. Back to you. Awesome strategy, James. And again, you got to make a plan. You got to prepare to execute on that plan, have the right knowledge, the right skills, the right tools, and then you got to implement your plan. I mean, it doesn't get more complex than that. James, you talked about a few activities, right? Making phone calls, follow-up emails, having a meeting. These are things everybody in the world is capable of. We're not asking you to run 100 miles or do 1,000 pull-ups. You know, it's things that I believe everybody can do. So Dana, I see your hand up. Thanks for joining. Go ahead, my friend.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. I got a question as far as if a person they got something, and they share the card with me. They shared me their first card. It goes to the card index. Mm-hmm. If they cancel their subscription, where does that card go? Will I still have that card, or
it dies?
Do they have to make it all over if they decide to rejoin?
It dies. Mm-hmm. It dies. It goes away. They no longer have access to their card. So then they essentially take your access away from it as well.
Yep.
You know, that's the whole networking aspect. And that's a huge thing. Kathy, you trained with it on Tuesday from the free aspect. Mm-hmm. V3 of what free is going to be, you're going to get one card, one link, one way to share, yep. or you share it through your operating system, and you're going to get the card index. Mm-hmm. And why do we push people at a minimum? You should have a free card, because that free card will live forever. Mm-hmm. Right. So there's no one really going to say why cancel a free account when I can continue to use this and I can continue to network and get information out. And the value is when I update my free card and you update your free card and it's in my deck, I'm going to get a notification of it. if you notify me. That's going to be a huge thing moving forward in the network, and making sure that we're on the platform for a reason to be able to network and market and share and refer. So I would encourage, if someone cancels, to have them do the downgrade to free. Do the free. They can have a free card, they can adjust it, and then maybe ask them to reshare that one so it's living in your deck.
Yeah, I think that's important, Guy. And I think we talk about why we do what we do. Yes, on the affiliate side, it's to create opportunity for entrepreneurship and business ownership. But on the product side, we're talking about the real main elements that support business. And it's every type of business, right? The networking side and the marketing side. And we know that every network, and we've said it on previous calls, right? Your network is what? Your network is your net worth. So the bigger your network becomes, the more your net worth goes up, because there's value to those relationships. Guy, you mentioned you had an opportunity to meet with some YouTube influencers at a charity event you and your wife were at. And you said, look, these people put in a decade of upfront content development over time before they started to create enough ad revenue through their YouTube channel to be successful, or sponsorship, et cetera. That's the front end load. You know what I mean? But their network grew from that, and they generated value from those subscribers, and they became influencers. Here's my argument. Every single one of us, if you're hearing my voice right now, you are an influencer. You may not consider yourself one, but you are. You're a micro influencer to some degree. You are part of a community. You have peers, and you have influence over some people. You need to leverage that to your advantage, because your network is your net worth, and growing that. And this is why we've created the Elify tools like Shuffle and Tap. It's to grow your network and to help other people grow their network, right? Where does that start? Individual digital business card. How do we introduce ourselves? How do we allow people to interact and learn about who we are, what we do, how we can help them, and why they should do business with us? It starts with the introduction. It starts, how am I introducing myself? What is that first impression that they're going to see from me? Digital business card. We think about the tools that all businesses are using. And I know, Guy, you're going to get into some statistics on business cards here, because I think it's vital when we talk about our affiliate program. But you're also talking about simple CRM, relationship management. Look, if you have a network right now and you're not working your network, man, that's like gold just sitting under the surface of the dirt, and you don't want to pick up the pan and mine it. You know, why? What's your why? Because if your why is to collect gold, it's sitting all around you. You got to put in the work and start panning for gold. Work your network. So simplified CRM, right? Think about this, landing pages. We started out with digital business card. We expanded to landing pages. You can build a landing page about anything under the sun. And if you haven't joined us on Tuesday with Kathy, we talk about landing pages all the time, right? James, you showed me one that was a landing page for renting a photo booth. Again, for your DJ business, for everything that you do, it's not just about your digital business cards, it's about all the landing pages that you create. QR codes. Guy, you and I have them right now. I see on half the other screens people sharing and connecting through QR codes. If you're networking online in front of people, man, links and QR codes are powerful. You have that here with Elify. And then the NFC technology, right? Near field communication. If you're offline trying to reduce friction on how you share or connect with other people, the NFC, the tap card, hands down, second to none. I think it's the most powerful technology for connecting and sharing information. This is why we created these things. And it's not just about the tools themselves, it's about the impact in the total addressable market of what can result out of it that we all have access to. So before we go down that path, Guy, before you talk about the statistics, I see the hand up. Go ahead. Welcome to the conversation.
Nick, go ahead.
Yeah, you're muted. Go ahead.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
We got you. Thanks for joining.
Guys, I appreciate everything that you guys do. The platform is just simply amazing. I mean, there's no other platform that you can do a landing page. You pretty much have a website on your phone, and it's a beautiful thing if you learn how to work it and move it. I do have a question. as far as the free accounts. Are the free accounts, can a person get a free account and have the desktop card builder for their account?
No. Again, let's overview the free account. These are available right now. You can go to elifyshuffle.com and sign up. And at the bottom, you'll see a free account. Also on the tap, if people are enrolling and they're just buying a tap card, it comes with a free account. But what comes in that free account, let's cover it really quick. Guy mentioned it earlier. They get one card template. This is a mobile free business card template. It's basically the digital business card, okay? Number two, they don't have all of the links that all of us premium users have, where I can build a link just for you and I can know when you're opening it up. They have basically a general campaign link for that card, okay? And they have the card index. Why is that important? That means they can still network and collect other people's cards, and they can put their card into other people's card index. So that's really what comes within that free account. One card, one template, essentially one link, and the card index. And then they're going to be prompted. They're going to be prompted anytime they're engaging with other elements within Elify, within Shuffle, that are premium features, to upgrade from their free to their premium. So again, you have all the opportunity exists for you to go out and say, hey, I want to network with you. Here's my digital business card and it looks pizzazz, or here are my landing pages. And if you want to build one for free, you can just sign up through here. I hope that makes sense. Any other questions?
All right, I got 50 million of them, but that's what I wanted to know today. I appreciate your time. Thanks.
Yeah, welcome to the conversation. We appreciate you and all you do. Dana, and I see your hand up again. Go ahead.
Thanks, ER. And by the way, Stephanie, I shot you a quick copy refresh. You're welcome to take as much of that as you want. And so
yeah, I already thank you.
Yeah, so feel free to use as much of that as you want. I just did that in a few seconds. Okay, so here's the question on the free card, ER. So I'm looking at my affiliate links now. Do I have that? Like if I have a couple buttons like grab your free account or grab your account now, get started for, whatever the deal is, or not quite ready, want to grab a free card now, or whatever the verbiage is. Do I have that link? Because I was looking in
I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to show you right now, Jeff. Let's go through it because I think that's a great question.
Show us, yeah, because I'm actually in. But sometimes it takes a little navigation. So I think a lot of people would appreciate that.
Let's walk through it real quick while we've got everybody on and we're talking about free. Okay, I'm going to share our Doug demo account here, as many of you on our trainings have come to see. So we've got Doug Demo's account right here. I'm going to go and I'm going to create a free card that I can share with people. But Jeff, I'm going to add to that, because I know you are a master copywriter and you may want to put your own language around this. So you're really looking for the free link as well. I'm hitting the plus sign to create a free card. I'm going to the mobile builder and I'm going to promote Elify. That's this blue box right underneath searching for a template. So I'll hit promote Elify, and right at the top, it says Shuffle free card. When you open that up, there's a free card offer. We're going to select that template. And pardon me if I'm going a little bit fast. You guys can always come back, pause, record, go back through, take it step by step. But we've got the free business card template. Free card offer. Super excited to share Shuffle with you. Claim your free card now. Watch Shuffle in action, and the ability for you to fill out your details. So Jeff, for the people who aren't copywriters, this is the promotion card in the mobile template. You can build this from your phone. You know what I mean? You just look up the free business card template under promotions. With that being said, Jeff, if you build this card, the button on here that says claim your free card, what that links to, you can use that link, which includes your affiliate ID code, your invite code. You can use that on any of the cards that you personally create. So a recommendation for somebody like Jeff, who loves to write his own copy, put his own message, lay out his own sales landing page, would be to grab this card, generate this link, and I'll go on ahead and show you what that looks like. We're going to simply build this out by loading in our profile information here. We're going to go on ahead and go through the picture section. Let's change our picture and make sure it's got Doug there, and we'll hit save. Okay, We're going to go through and confirm this. Guys, I'm building on the computer, but you can do this from your phone. And we just built a web page or a landing page for the free card in 10 seconds. We're going to save this. At the bottom of all my cards, there's our shuffle promotion for free. I'm going to preview this. This is what the card looks like when somebody receives it. And again, this is that link. You can sort of see it pop up in the lower left-hand corner. I'm going to go on ahead and open it in a new tab. And you will see it links directly to the sign up. Jeff, this is what the link looks like. You can use that anywhere you'd like. It does include, let me go back here. It does include the invite code. You can see that nested in the URL. That's the invite code for Doug here. And you can see that all of the pricing over here is already set to free. It also gives your people an opportunity to upgrade to the regular 10 cards, to the marketplace, including the 100 card upgrade if they should choose to do so. When they hit continue, the benefit here, guys, did somebody refer you? Yep, you're going to get credit. We did this from our Doug demo account, so it's going to be included in all of that. Hopefully that answers your question, Jeff. Did you have any more?
Yes. Okay. So what made that clear, because I have really, ever since you came out with the advanced builder, I have not been coming over here. And so what you're saying is that the free card, they cannot get the advanced builder as a free card. They take this one. I get
Correct.
that. Number
Correct.
2, once they click that, it doesn't show the $10 off deal, the standard $10 off. They would become, so if I wanted a person to start off for free, but then I did want them to, get the best deal possible, they would not want to sign up under the $29.99 button. There is, right? Because it
I'm going to pull this up, Jeff, because as you just saw, and let me do this one more time, because this is your free card link, it already includes your ID code. And because your ID code allows for a discount, I'm going to claim my free card that Jeff just sent over to me. Oh, wow, look, I don't want one free card. I want 10 cards, landing pages, self-branding, marketing materials, and all of that. When they select that radio, we're already implying that invite code discount for you. So they'll get the discounted pricing.
Oh, okay. I had to move my all of your faces to see that.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm not, because obviously if I do send the free to somebody, because I obviously want them to upgrade, I want to give them that discount. I don't want to send them to the retail and then have them say, hey, Jeff, how come, here you gave me the free card, but then you didn't give me. So I get it now.
We'll include that discount. I think that's also a great opportunity to preface the share of the free card with, hey, Jeff, I'm going to give you this free card. The platform's so powerful, at a minimum, you should at least have a free business card that you can put in everybody's card index. However, with my code, I can also save you on the premium stuff. So if you choose to upgrade either during your sign up or later, you're going to get that discount as well.
Okay.
Hey, ER, I have my free account pulled up if you want me to share that card.
Go ahead.
I have my free account pulled up from training if you want me to share what that card looks like.
Yeah. And go on ahead, because that free promotion is not the free business card, obviously, that people will get. So Kathy, if you want to share your screen, everybody can get a sense of what free business card people can get. And here's the reality, everybody. While Kathy is pulling this up, I love to sort of chat over her while she's showing things. Here's the reality. Guy, the statistics. I hope you're okay if I share the statistics. 27 million, guys. Write this number down. 27 million a day business cards are printed. 27 million business cards are printed every day. We're talking 10 billion business cards are printed every year. This is the layout of the free business card. So Kathy, if you'll start at the top again, what they're going to get. First things I want to call out, right? This is a way for them to add you as a contact, very quick and easily accessible right at the top of the template. On the other side, that's the share icon. This is a way for them to be reshared to other people. Okay, I would recommend all of us at least build our own version of the free business card template, and we'll get everybody out the template ID for that so you can build your own. So even if you need to show people an example, like Kathy is showing us right now, yes, she has a premium account and can build landing pages and more advanced business cards, but she's got a great example right here. So then you can include your photo, your name, your title, who you're with. ways for them to contact you, right? The email, the text, the phone, the address, etc. Ways for them to connect with you. And there are a multitude of social media icons that you can put on here. In addition, they're going to have one outbound link button. This could go to their web page, their Etsy store, their YouTube channel, does not matter. They choose. They can embed one video. You can adjust the title of the video, put in whatever video you want. And they even, on a free business card, here's the reality, everybody. You're going to get lead capture included in that template. All of these elements you can toggle on or off. If you leave them blank, they're not going to get exposed on your card. If you toggle off the lead capture form, it's not going to show up. But if you use all of the elements that we've shown on here, this means anybody, think about this, anybody of those people who are purchasing 27 million business cards a day, 10 billion a year, can leverage this in lieu of that. And here's what we know. The digital business card outperforms the physical business card, hands down. You can measure it, right? You know somebody viewed it. The free people, they're going to get an alert. Somebody viewed your card. They won't know who, but they will know that their card is working for them. If they get a lead capture, and you're more than welcome to scan this. This is the link that comes along with the free business card. If you're sophisticated and if you've been using Shuffle for a while, you'll see that this is a campaign link, so it tracks. You have the ability to copy that link. You can use the QR code. You can even hit the share option and it will pull up the device OS and allow you different ways to share that out, right? Text, Facebook, etc. So there's a lot of power baked into this free thing. Here's the other thing. What we're making available for free to everybody, and this is part of our mission, right? 2022, 2023, we want everybody in the world to have at a minimum a free business card. This right here, other companies are charging upwards of $100 for. To me, that does not make sense. We don't want price to be an objection. We want everybody in the world to be on Shuffle, to be on tap. If they fill out the lead capture form on this free card, because free does not include contacts, it does not include the CRM, this lead will be emailed to the user. They will get a notification, you got a new lead or whatnot, but you'll see the cards, the activity, the card index, and the more option for all of the profile stuff. But it comes all for free. We're doing this because we're on a mission. We're on a mission not to go out and make as much money as possible, but to go out and have as much impact as possible. And we do that by putting a card in everybody's hands. And the reality is, you can see what Kathy was doing. She went in there. This is the same card information that we all have. But when you click on things that are not part of free, it offers the upgrade right now to them. So at some point, those people who are using the free card, one, you're going to have your card in their index. Here's the converse side of this whole free thing. If your card is in their index and their card is in your index, every time you update your card, it's going to notify them that you've updated it. So shouldn't they be on for free so that you have better outreach to them? Same thing for them. If they update their card, if they've got it in anybody's card index for free, it's going to let them know that they updated that card. If they go to add more cards, like Kathy was flipping around on the screen there, the moment they hit that plus sign, get more. Get more. We want to encourage them to use more of Shuffle, but it's going to be at that premium price point. So everybody gets it for free. And then those who will rise to the surface, and Guy, you talked about the cream rising to the top, they're going to need better tracking. I don't want to know someone viewed my card. I want to know who viewed my card. I want to create separate campaigns. I want to create more QR codes. I want to create more cards. I want to have a CRM so that I don't just get emailed my prospects. They go directly into my Shuffle contact list, and I can start taking notes and setting reminders. There's all of that value add that as you're going out and getting free, that's planting the seed. Or as Mike Snow, James, you mentioned Mike Snow. As Mike Snow mentioned in the past, it's about having a funnel. The free card is putting them into your funnel, guys. Then you want to continue to foster that relationship like we talk about. And eventually, some portion of those people will become paid referrals. So there's a strategy behind some of this stuff. Thank you so much, Kathy, for sharing that free card template. And we'll make sure that that template ID is available for everybody. So if you want to add it to one of your cards, just as an example, you're going to be able to do that. If you want to leverage it as a promotional card for the contacts that you're connecting with, you can do that. Dana, I see your hand went up again. Go ahead, my friend.
Okay, with the scenario that I presented earlier, okay, how would you recommend that I go about that? Meaning I got the person's account, we built a real good card, and now she's gone from Shuffle, so I don't get to reap my my benefits of building a good card.
Yep. So my first thought was either one, keep a copy of those cards in your cards or in the promo cards for those contacts so that you don't lose it once you give it away to them. That would be one thing. The other thing is continue to foster relationship. They have up to 90 days to come back and still have their information. Otherwise, it'll be wiped from the system. So you could go in and talk to them and maybe they just want to come on and get the free card, you know? And the other thing is, be aware of the reality, everybody. This is a game called the law of large numbers, right? Some will, some won't. So what? On to the next. It's sort of the reality of it. You know, not everybody we talk to is going to get the big picture. There are often times when Guy and I are talking to somebody and it's the third, fourth, fifth interaction where you see the light bulb go off. Oh, I get it. I didn't even realize what I had. And part of what will help that retention, Danon, is supporting them. We talked about doing, helping, and teaching. Helping and teaching them how to best leverage the application is a huge element to retaining those people. So let me show you how to share your card. Let me show you how to share your card via tap, via QR code, via link, etc. That way they start using it. If they never use it to begin with, independent of how amazing the design is, there's a good chance that you're not going to retain them on the long term. But on the converse of that, we know if they start using it as part of their daily business operations, right? Every time I meet somebody, I share my card. Every time I meet with somebody, I log a note and set a reminder. I start using this every day. There's no way I'm going to get rid of it. If my contacts are in there, there's no way I'm going to get rid of it. If everybody who I've networked with cards are in my card index, there's no way I'm going to get rid of it. And again, I would lean into, for anybody watching this, you're better off downgrading from a paid subscription to free than you are canceling altogether. But the choice is going to be theirs. So, Danon, you know, if you want, we can connect off this call and I can try and recover or bring the card that you gave to them back into your account so you at least have all of that work that you did to use for maybe another prospect or another individual. And we can go from there. I also think it's not a bad thing to create promotional cards to show them what can be done on the system, right? This is what you get for free, but this is what you can create for premium. And they can weigh the apples to apples comparison of that.
Okay.
Any other questions, comments, contributions, or anything like that? Danon, did you have something else? I saw your hand.
Okay, now, so in 90 days, all she has to do is just go in and just, put in her information again, or to get to receive the account, or she just got to call to get to Elify?
If she goes back into the system and goes to log in using the same credentials that she used before, as long as it's within that 90-day window, she can reactivate her account, if that makes sense. Yep, go ahead. I see your hand.
Okay, so when we're still on the free card thing, so I'm able to create a free card template for my team coming on, so they don't have to do everything. They just, once they sign up and everything, their information will be in there and they can get to running. Is that possible?
Yes, and in fact, they are going to be able to generate that card, that free card template automatically when they enroll as a free user. So when they first get into their account, that free card's already there and it's already started being built, meaning it has their first, last name, email, phone number, whatever they put in while they were enrolling. And all they'll have to do is hit edit to add their photo or add their address or add their social media, hit save, and they're off to the races to start using their free card. Now, be aware that that free card is one fixed template, meaning that layout will not change. It's always going to be, you know, the share and the save icons, the photo, the name, the title, the business, the contact me, the connect with me, the button, the video, etc., the lead capture form. But if that will serve the purpose you want for your team, by all means, you can do that. The other alternative is to create a team template that when they upgrade to premium, they could clone over and over again and use for themselves.
Okay, so we can't even change the color or anything as
You
far as
can't change the color, and I've got an update coming hopefully by next week where it will allow them to add a background image to the top of that free card.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
I mean, there are obviously limitations. We have to draw the line somewhere on what we're going to give away. And I think we're giving away a lot for free to anybody in the world who wants to use it.
Okay.
Great.
I don't know. I think the free card far and away outweighs most of the other competitors.
I agree, Anna. I think that's the apples to apples comparison that you give to people. I know Kathy's out networking all the time. It's practically her profession at this point, is just the ultimate networker. And she'll meet people all the time who have a digital card. And I remember Ruben's example, right? It was about 3%. He's in an audience of 30 people, or it's about 10%, right? In an audience of 30 people, and about 3 people had digital business cards. So when they show you theirs and then ask you what yours can do, I'll show you mine if you show me yours, what can yours do type of thing. And you're like, Kathy was saying, the guy started asking all these questions, right? Can you add video to yours? Because I don't have video on my card. Yep. Can you put different links on yours and reorganize it? Yep. Because we allow them to build a landing page, they essentially have carte blanche to lay it out and put whatever they want on so that it best serves their purpose. For anybody out there who's trying to, answer questions about the competition that's out there, here's the reality. 95 to 99% of the other digital business card purveyors out there, they're going to give you one template, right? They're going to give you one link in most cases. And that's pretty much what comes with the card. You'll be questioning whether you get CRM with that or the card index for collecting other people's cards. We don't see that anywhere in the marketplace right now. You may get QR code as part of that one link. Most likely, you're going to have to buy NFC from a third party and figure out how to connect all the strings. This is why we want to make an offering that takes real technology and scales down and simplifies it for the average everyday person to start adopting. James, I see your hand up. Go ahead. Thanks again.
Hey, you just said something real key, ER, that I want to expand on about our cards. When you're using your digital card, whatever way you have yours set and you're comfortable with, that is great. That's perfect. Do that. But why not create a testimonial or example card that shows, because you may want just the basic stuff in yours and this and that. What if you just create an actual card that shows the video, the photos, the links, the connections, the color coordination? Because now when they ask, what all can it do? Let me show you our demo card. And you tap them with the demo card, down there blown away. They see your card, they see the demo card. If your card is actually the demo card, like mine, I have video links, I have social medias, I have pictures, I have other links, other stuff, and I show them the different links. So I use mine as a demo. So your card or the demo card should be the one that you're, catching their eyes and ears with. I want to get this. As Kathy said in the comments, she got 2 people coming up from other digital companies. I've had 2 meetings this week. People were like, wait a minute, let me see that card again. Because they're amazed at the fact that we can tap it in, QR code it, or actually do it all by our phone. When their actual digital cards are limited to only 2, we have too many things we can share it with.
Yep, I love that idea, James. And here, I know we talked about a challenge that Guy's going to talk about here in a little bit, but here's my challenge to you. Love the idea. I challenged you last time to do a DJ booth rental, or the photo booth rental. I'm going to challenge you to create your demo card. And then on one of the next calls, we'll share about it. We'll talk about it. Maybe that's on Tuesday, maybe that's on Thursday, or whenever you're available. But paint that picture, let everybody else know in the community. We can even share that in Insiders and make that template clonable. Again, this is all part of our community coming together so that the high tide, as we say, raises all ships. When we collectively work together and apply our individual skill sets, that's how team sports works. I was a lineman in football. Nobody ever asked me to catch the ball. Nobody ever asked me to throw the ball, right? I either protected the quarterback or whoever was running and made some holes, or I went after the guy with the ball. That was my role and my job. I didn't try to wear every hat on the team or every helmet on the team for that matter. And I think that's one of these things that we can all, if you're an active member in this community, all think about. How can I take my expertise and apply it to the community so that it helps out everybody? I already know, James, a few things are going to happen. One, a bunch of people are going to say, this is awesome. I want to use this card. Thank you so much, James. And you're going to elevate your position within the community. You're going to be a go-to guy. Number two, your card's going to get better. Why? Because people are going to give constructive criticism, and it's going to dial it in even more. And if you've got a card out there and you haven't shared it because you've been nervous about sharing it or nervous about what somebody's going to receive it and say, done is better than perfect. You can come in and edit your cards over and over and over again. So share them out with the community, share them out with your friends and family, ask for that feedback and make adjustments. You're going to get to a card that you love to share. You're going to get to a card that's worth sharing to everybody you meet. You're going to get to it where it's second nature, where you're talking to people and you're like, oh yeah, let me just tap this on you, or hey, scan this QR code, where it's just almost fluid and second nature because you've done it so many times. Okay, guys, I know we're just at the top of the hour here. I do want to overview a few things. Guy, I know you have a challenge, and I do want to have one last call to action for anybody in the community who's on this call who might have a question, a comment, a tip, a trick, a celebration that we as a community can all participate in. Please raise your hand using the reactions, or just come on live and speak your mind.
Hey, ER.
Jeff, go ahead.
Yeah. In the chat a little bit up, I shared, I think I've maybe shared this before. It's a card that does a couple things for people. I'm a big fan of using Google Docs in creating PDFs that you can link your cards to. Also inside of that, so I don't know how many folks on here, I'm curious, how many of you use emails or blogs or value-based content that you can then click? And so do you mind if I share screen real quick? And then
go ahead. We don't have a ton of time, but go ahead, Jeff.
No, this will take 2 seconds. And I think I've shared this before, but I just want to give an idea of how to help people communicate a couple things that I think people have challenges with. Let me get to the share screen.
While Jeff is pulling up his share screen, I want to call some stuff out. If you scrolled in the chat and got Jeff's card and opened it up in your browser, if you go down to save that card, you'll get an option to save it into your card index. As long as Jeff has that template unlocked and clonable, you guys can each clone the card that he's showing on the screen right now.
Okay, so what I'm always careful of, anything that I'm like personally involved in, I don't want to share it. So what I'm sharing is something that is purely for the Elify affiliates. This isn't even for the insiders. So I threw this card together, created the graphic in Canva, but what I did was, it's just short and sweet, and it's the PDF. But the point is, this is a script that you can modify for you guys. But what I want to show you is that anytime you create a PDF that you're linking to your cards to share value or instructions or onboarding for your company, you can literally go into your Google Docs and see Elify Shuffle site. Maybe they just want a quick tour of Shuffle, help them get signed up. Elify Insiders Facebook group, the YouTube channel, the Elify affiliate program, resources, so basically every link, because don't we all hate, I've always, a few years ago, I started doing what I called, and this is before the whole link tree thing came up, with whatever company or whatever you're with or supporting, seems like there's more and more links to go to, including Elify. You got 2 Facebook groups, you got this, the Elify. And sometimes we get so confused and lost. You can make this a value-based thing, telling them about the emergence of digital business cards and what sets ours apart, whatever you want to make your copy about, but don't forget to put these links. And so here's the Elify Shuffle site. So all I do is I click there, and that PDF is going to send them back. Now, if it's my affiliate, I would want to put my affiliate, version in there. But do you see, guys, how easy it is? And so you can benefit from, modeling this script, because I know a lot of you are on Facebook trying to tap into whole Messenger and not feeling spammy and all that. and then make the offer, help them get signed in. Here's another link. So I had to test these, and you want to make sure you go in and test these, but then this sends them directly to the sign up site. Sometimes you want to send them to the learn more site, right? So anyway, that's my quick, helpful card of the day. I've been building like crazy, but I just think that could help all of us, expand how we use Shuffle and utilizing your links outside of your card in other areas. If you have a website, a blog, or whatever, start to hyperlink those things into that content.
I think that's a huge, huge point, Jeff. And we talked about it a bit ago when I pulled up that free business card. I opened up the button link and I showed it in the URL. To Jeff's point, you can grab your links and you can use them all over the place. Okay, you can use them all over the place in promoting your Elify, your Shuffle, your marketing links in other areas. You don't just have to use cards or promotional cards or anything like that. So if you are out there sharing, you can go and grab links for any of the sign up pages. I want to go through this real quick. You've got an affiliate ID or affiliate portal you can log into. You'll see an invite button right there that has access to some of your links. Very easy to sign up for the affiliate program. And Jeff, I know that's what you were sort of talking about and alluding to. Use your trackable links so that you get credit and you get paid. This is how you build passive residual income, guys. You send out links to people. I've been doing it for 20 years. You send out links that track back to you, and you help connect the people who are looking for things with the people who are providing those things. And by making that connection, being the middleman, you get a slice of the revenue. That's how affiliate marketing works. We've created an affiliate program. You can even use your link if you're talking about the affiliate program to people. It shows you how you can get paid to share. You can get paid on your direct referrals. You can get paid on your network referrals. You can get direct referral bonus milestones all within this program. You can go to the Elify shuffle.com/affiliate website to check out all of this stuff. There's a commission calculator on there. There are main websites that you can send people to, right? You just include your affiliate link on the end and they can come in and learn about Shuffle. And if they get Shuffle, it tracks back to you and you get paid. This is not, again, rocket science. It's not brain surgery. I just need to go out and take the action of sharing information out to people. On the tap side, again, you can put in your referral link and send people to tap. If they just buy the card, it's a one-time $20 purchase. It's going to come with Shuffle included for free, and then they'll get all of those upsells and escalations. Okay, so take an opportunity to find out what your links are and leverage those links when you're out there sharing. So with all this being said, Guy, I'm going to throw it over to you. I know we're about 8 minutes over on our time. You had a little bit of a challenge that you wanted to talk to everybody about, and then we can wind this Friday with the founders down, let everybody enjoy their weekend. I do hope from me to you that you will skill and refill over the weekend. Think about what your Life by Design is going to be and what it's going to take to get there. So, Guy, over to you.
So I wanted to do an interactive activity, but obviously we went long. But we're going to take just a little bit of time because we didn't get an opportunity to call him out today. I've got one question, Mike Snow. This was going to be the interactive question for everybody, and you fill in the blank. Advancements in technology now allow for blank. What is your thought? What does
make more money?
Make more money.
Huge.
I love it.
Huge.
I love it. And then my second question was going to parlay into this is, Mike, you use a CRM, correct?
Every day, Shuffle.
What is the value of your CRM?
It's just, I can't replace the CRM. Everything goes through. You have to first make yourself do it. Everybody goes through my CRM. Everybody comes, if they're going to interact with Mike Snow, they're coming through my Shuffle card into the CRM. And if they don't want to do that, they don't want to talk to me.
Absolutely. And I think that's selling point enough, right? Jeff, you mentioned it yesterday. We got to talk value here. Cost shouldn't be an issue. Okay, that's something we want to look at from The affiliate aspect is understanding the value that we're going to be taking to the market and that you have the opportunity to get the word out about. So the challenge is a lot of us have already participated or have taken advantage of last Friday. We allowed everyone who was participating to have an additional have the $10 offering through the rest of the month. If you haven't taken advantage of it, here's the challenge. And if you're here this week, I'm also going to allow you to offer Shuffle at $10 a month through the end of the month. You've got 3 weeks, 3 full weeks for the rest of this month. If you individually refer 3 people in the next 3 weeks, we'll extend yours for another month. It's just talking to people about the value that Shuffle can provide to them. If you sign up 3 premium users, I will go in, I'll take the diligent time Sunday, May 1st, to look to see who achieved it. And in the background, I'll extend it for you for another 30 days. That's just the challenge. So I hope people take advantage of it. It shouldn't be a hard conversation. From a CRM aspect, there's people that are paying hundreds of dollars a month, thousands of dollars a month for a CRM, and they've got value in it, right? But what value is it if you don't have any contacts to relate with? You've got to have a solution that gets contacts to add into your CRM. I think that's where Elify Shuffle stands out above anybody. If we were to go down and say, hey, we're going to start a business and it's going to be about digital business cards and we're going to find investors, and investors are putting all their money into CRM, why wouldn't they put money into a digital business card? Why wouldn't they put money into the actual tool that's going to load up the reason why you're relating with your contacts, your customers, your clients? So with that, I hope we all take advantage of it. If not, it's all good. But we hope you do. So with that, we'll see you Monday morning, bright and early, 11 a.m. Central, right? Making sure I'm 11 a.m. Central. Have your will skill refill over the weekend, to the point of reaching out. If you need support, reach out to us. We make ourselves available. You have to do the ask. That's the biggest thing, right? You talked about it when we're on meetings with potential corporate clients and they ask the question and we say, we'll do whatever it takes. Yep. You also have to ask us, we'll do whatever it takes. So, James, did you have another question?
So is that modification effective in the system right now so we can go ahead and start processing?
Yes, you can.
Challenge accepted.
Jeff, I saw you also raise your hand.
Yeah, I just, I have a special offer for everybody on the call. If they're, and that's the key, an irresistible offer. So I know you guys have been coming up with different themes. And so, if I can just throw a teaser out there for next week, I'm more than willing. I'm actually working on an irresistible offer, what do you call it? A graphic, but I can actually make one for Elify. And so if you've ever seen those before, if you've ever been on a webinar where they stack the offer, and I think that's part of what we're all trying to figure out is how can Jeff speak to Guy and make him feel like what I'm sharing is a freaking irresistible offer, so loaded with value that the price isn't an issue. So I'm more than happy to share that graphic and the concept of an offer stack next week, if you'd like.
Great. Yep, we'd love to see it.
Danon doesn't want it.
Y'all hear? I can't hear.
You couldn't hear that, Danon? Danon's having an issue with the volume.
Well, guys, offer accepted, right? Or challenge accepted to what James said. And Jeff, as always, we'd welcome it. If you can make anything that's available to the group, again, we want everybody to succeed in this. So whatever we can do to help out and make you guys reach your goals, let us know. That's what this community is all about. With that being said, Guy, thanks for making that available to everybody. I hope you accept that challenge. What is 3 people in the next 3 weeks? You know what I mean? What is that to you? And what are you going to do in order to achieve that and get that another month extension? So with that being said, again, we'll still refill over the weekend. We'll be joining everybody again on Monday at 11 Central, Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central, Thursday and Friday at 11 Central. Those are the 4 calls every week. We'll see everybody on Monday. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.
3 by COB today, guy. 3 by COB today, guy. I got you.
Let's see it. Let's see it. Awesome. Have a good one, everyone. Take care.
Take care, everybody.